if they're kicking out, right? If they're kicking out these women, although something tells me the World Arm Wrestling Federation is nothing like the Olympics in the, the testing,
in the drug testing. I imagine it's drug friendly.
Yeah,
they kick people out of the Olympics for cannabis as well, because that makes total sense.
Yeah, isn't that why we sucked at skateboarding this past season? I thought I saw some story about that.
No,
where it's like
I saw
the
that
US,
too.
the US had to send
well.
a bunch of like skaters who passed the drug test, and as a result, it's like, well, we're going to skater. He's nationally ranked 354 and 391. Let's see what happens.
Only the sober skaters can go, which, as we know, are the best for sure.
They need to stop testing for drugs. At least like pot and shit in all the major leagues.
I think that's coming. I mean, major corporations aren't testing for drugs. It's getting legalized. As far as the war on drugs is concerned, the drugs have won, except in Texas. I don't know if you guys saw, but they made Delta 8 illegal in Texas. Not only is it illegal in Texas, it is more illegal and has a higher level penalty than actual marijuana.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign for marijuana legalization in Texas. That's what that means.
Really?
Yeah, because all the places where weed is legal, Delta 8 isn't.
So legal marijuana doesn't want to compete with Delta 8. This is Delta 8. That's why the map really lights up to correspond with that. Like when I was flying into Colorado, it was like, oh shit, let me leave this in Atlanta. When I land in Denver, where it's like there's a dispensary on every corner, and then vice versa, right? I obviously can't bring my weed pen back here, but I can grab this as soon as I land. That's a good sign. I bet that means that the Texas legislature in some way or another has some outlet for real marijuana there.
Republicans hate drugs.
This was not a legislature thing. It was a Department of Health guy appointed by the governor. So they just made the decision unilaterally to not allow Delta 8 because they don't like people getting high, pretty much.
Well, we also don't know what the fuck's in this thing.
It
gets you high.
Delta 8 THC removed from hemp is the right word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know what's supposed to be. I know what's supposed to be in there, but
I think, and then there's one.
I bought this from a guy named Ape, and and he assured me that this would fuck me up for his word. I believe were his exact words when he was prescribing this device, and then he made some sort of hand gesture that I wasn't familiar with as I left. I don't know, but then. He at no point was like, "Oh yeah, these are made in Switzerland using that new robot factory they've got there." like nobody seems concerned about where these are coming from or how they're making them or like what the liquid is.
Have you? Well, they know it's the Delta 8 derived.
Wildly overrated. I've arrived at my decision now.
I disagree.
I'm offended.
I know, and I'm pretty sure this is an unpopular opinion, but it makes you a little bit. Like dizzy is not exactly right, but a little bit spaced, and it gives you a case of the whatevers, and that's what being high is.
It can be like it hits people differently.
You never get the giggles or start synesthesia where you like taste colors and feel sounds and stuff like that.
No, I've just never gotten that. Care less.
Yeah, I've never gotten synesthesia. That sounds wild, and I've smoked more marijuana than you can shake a stick at, but yeah, mostly I just have a good time. It makes like everything like a little bit better. Not everything. Like I don't think it would make like maybe a roller coaster ride. I think maybe I think if you're gonna go ride roller coasters, maybe you'd want like some fucking like an upper, like some cocaine or something.
It puts me to sleep.
From one to the fuck.
Makes me sleepy. I don't give a fuck. And a little bit spaced out, I guess.
You don't get excited, or you don't want to draw things, or go on a jog, or
I want to
swimming,
nap, and I don't care about much really.
Well, then you and I are totally different.
Are you high right now? Like you sound bummed about this.
No, I don't get it. Like I got that pen in Colorado, and I got the Delta 8 last week. To sort of. I feel like it's not been once or twice. I don't know how many times it's been. 12 or I get it now. Like I've done it. It's overrated, wildly overrated for me.
Yeah, I mean, for some people it is. Like I know people that I've known for my whole life, good friends who like we'd be at parties and like even when they were like blackout drunk and we were like in college passing around a joint, they'd be like, "No fucking way, I'm not touching that shit. I'll throw up. I'll feel like I'll get so stressed and in my own head." And I would see it. Like I would smoke and be like, "Man, this night everything's a little sillier now." and they would smoke, and then they would go just hibernate in like the corner of the couch and look scared, and all of their fun from the drunk just gone. Like now they're looking for an excuse to leave.
I've never felt paranoia from it. I know that's a common side effect. Lucky.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
I just nothing bugs me anymore. Maybe if that's what you want. Maybe if you're like crippled with your anxiety, then that's a nice.
It is good for anxiety.
Well, I mean, that's